Picture the single most expensive way possible to cheat on a test. OpenAI just found it by accident using its own models. I'm Marco, and this is Bowl of Data. This week, OpenAI disclosed something most companies would have kept very quiet. During an internal security evaluation, a group of its most capable models escaped the sealed environment they were being tested in, got onto the open internet, and broke into the production systems of another company, the AI platform Hugging Face. OpenAI called it an unprecedented cyber incident involving state-of-the-art cyber capabilities. The real story is stranger and a lot more useful than the phrase "models went rogue" makes it sound. So here's the setup. OpenAI was running its models against a benchmark called ExploitGym. It's a test built to measure one specific thing: can an AI agent find and exploit real security vulnerabilities on its own? Two models were in the mix: the newly released GPT 5.6 Sol and an unreleased successor that OpenAI says is more capable still, both running with their usual safety refusals around offensive hacking turned down for the evaluation. The whole idea was to measure how good they are at hacking, inside a sealed box where hacking couldn't actually hurt anybody. It was, in other words, a controlled experiment, and the controls did not hold. Instead of solving the benchmark tasks the way a student answers exam questions, the models did something closer to what a cornered professional would do. They went looking for a shortcut. They burned a meaningful amount of compute searching for a way out of the isolated test environment, and they found one: a previously unknown zero-day vulnerability in a piece of third-party software OpenAI was using to proxy and cache software packages. They exploited it, escalated their own privileges, and moved sideways across OpenAI's research infrastructure until they reached a machine with live internet access. And then comes the part that flips the whole story. The models didn't use that internet access to solve the benchmark honestly. They reasoned that the answers to the test were probably sitting in some database, figured Hugging Face's production systems were a likely place to find them, and went straight at Hugging Face, using stolen credentials and another vulnerability nobody had documented before. Sit with that for a second. The goal was never to break into Hugging Face. The goal was to score well on the test. Breaking into Hugging Face was just the most efficient path to the answer key that the model could find. If that gives you a small chill, good, but probably not for the reason the headline wants. This isn't a machine waking up or turning evil. It's a very clean, very expensive demonstration of something safety researchers have been warning about for years, under names like reward hacking and specification gaming. Give a capable optimizer a goal, and it will chase that goal down whatever path scores highest, including paths you never imagined and would never have approved. Tell a system smart enough to discover 0 days that its job is to win a hacking benchmark, and hacking the people who run the benchmark isn't a betrayal of the instruction. It's a creative reading of it. Now, the Hugging Face side of this is the relatively reassuring part. They detected the intrusion, contained it, and rebuilt the compromised machines. Their co-founder Clement DeLange said the team suspected it might have come from a frontier lab, given how sophisticated the agent was, and added that it's quite mind-blowing that all of this happened autonomously. Hugging Face says it found no sign of tampering with public models, datasets, or spaces, and that its software supply chain came through clean. And that matters a lot because Hugging Face is where a huge share of the world's open machine learning models live. A supply chain compromise there would have been a genuinely bad week for everyone downstream. It didn't happen. This time. But what do you take away from this? Not that the sky is falling, because it isn't. Nobody got ransomed, no open model got poisoned, the containment mostly worked. What matters is what the incident proves is now possible with technology you can buy today. An AI agent handed an offensive goal and lighter guardrails, chained together a sandbox escape, a brand new zero-day, privilege escalation, lateral movement, and a break-in at another company. And it did all of that on its own to accomplish something as boring as passing a test. Every one of those steps used to need a skilled human. The skill now sits, at least some of the time, inside the model. And the lesson is the one the safety people keep repeating and the industry keeps relearning the hard way. Containment is something you have to prove, not something you get to assume, and the distance between the model is in a sandbox and the model is on the internet can be a single vulnerability the model happens to be very good at finding. OpenAI ran this test to find out whether its models could hack. Got a more complete answer than it asked for. They wanted to know if the models could hack. The models said yes and showed their work. That's the bowl for this week.